shall we get right in?
Sure, yeah.
All right. It's been a while. So what do you remember from your side of the campaign?
We recruited some people.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, but yes.
We killed a sea hag.
We did do that. We had just actually landed on at the new aviary.
I think Bishi helped us do something.
Yes.
What did Bishi help us with? I want to say the revival of someone, but I'm not entirely sure that's correct.
Yes. Bishi helped you bring Frigga back after the other spies escaped. From captivity?
Yes.
From captivity.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them are with you now. You have no idea where the others are. But now...
Okay.
Now you are at New Aviary. Let me...
Mm-hmm.
So, Reyes and Faya. As you fly up to New Aviary, you get a wonderful view of the floating jungle. It's absolutely huge. Perhaps even twice the size of the city of Ventheim. Faya, you have never seen anything like this before. Reyes, on the other hand, you have seen the aviary. And compared to that, while this thing's impressive in its own right, it can't compete with an entire jungle. As you approach, you see Tevin Guardian airships docked at a metal pier that juts out from the main structure. There is also a watership at anchor towards the southern end. You also see a number of harpies flying around, high in the trees to the side of New Aviary, but for the most part they're avoiding the southernmost area where there are several slightly overgrown buildings, equipment, and the rest of the Tevin Guardians. As you pull into the docks of New Aviary, please roll me perception. We just lost Andrew.
Sorry, I heard you say, Reyes, you have seen, and then my computer had a pop-up that said, hey, your battery is running low, and then the whole thing went black.
Oh, God.
I have an
Turns
8
out,
total.
What was that? Eight total?
Mm.
You are too fascinated by this thing hovering over the ocean to be paying too much attention to anything else.
Holy frickin' splains. This is a large thing.
Roll perception.
Perception? Good. Okay.
Yeah, I was debating on going back into my narration there for a moment, but...
It's all good. Perception. So what I rolled is a 17 plus 6, so...
Okay.
23.
That is... definitely what you need. Okay, Reyes.
Yes.
Hidden seems a little off. The first thing you notice is that, well, let me just zoom in here for the people at home. The first thing you notice is that the blue discoloration over his right hand seems to have spread further up his arm. But as you keep an eye on him for a bit longer, his overall demeanor and body language start to seem slightly off. He was acting perfectly himself when he was down near the ship you came in on, but as you get closer to the floating island, he seems to be getting a bit more stiff. Tense.
Rayos will, noticing this, but not really knowing what to do about it because he knows very little of magic. I'll go ahead and kind of just pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Don't worry, it's gonna be all good. We got this. We're gonna be fine."
Thank you.
Yeah. More or less thinking that the nervous energy might be about, like, going to attack Ventheim.
A
Not
reasonable
the...
assumption.
Yeah, probably not the wild magic curse, whatever that's going on, but... Or petrification, or who knows what. That it might actually be. But yeah, no, Rayos picks up on it, he's like, huh, that's weird. I don't get it. And
That's weird,
just...
I don't understand.
Yep.
But, okay. When the ships finally stop moving, frankly, it's a bit like a amusement park ride kind of situation. Wait until the vehicle stops moving before dismounting. You exit them and you find yourself on the docks, heading towards a small clearing towards the edge. There are a couple buildings with vines, moss, and lichens growing over them, and it appears that the Gears were encouraging such growth so that the buildings would be better incorporated into the jungle. On the right appears to be a bunkhouse and mess hall for those staying at New Aviary for any length of time, and on the left is storage. There is also this valve right here that seems to head to under New Aviary.
Okay. I know I've said it before, but these maps are awesome.
Thank
They
you.
always, your maps always look so good.
They're very cool. Holy frickin' spleens, this one is large.
Yeah.
I believe it's 120 by 120.
Yeah. That is a huge map.
That is...
Okay.
It's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andrea?
Huh?
Every time you use the measurement tool, as is, it's going to create that.
Yeah,
if you don't
no,
want it,
that's my bad.
You can turn it on. When you head to the measurement tool, there should be like a stick figure at the top of the screen. Please click on that, and it will create a ruler that'll disappear when you let go.
Okay. Yeah, they changed things on this.
It's new owlbear. And it's
Yeah,
great.
It's great, but now I have to get used to all the buttons again.
Yes, but
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
you're fine. It took me a while to
Yeah,
find out myself.
this is my first time really like diving into the new system and the new UI.
Initial thoughts?
I mean, it's cool. I mean, there's a lot more than kind of the classic that I'm used to, but I'm not against it. Um, I think, honestly, like the first time I opened it up on my computer was like, oh wow, this looks really complicated. Like, there's so many other stuff that you have to add in and plug in and all that.
It's surprisingly not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been trying to teach myself, well, a couple of times, but I haven't really gotten super deep into it, the scripting language, so I can make my own extensions.
That's something I'm gonna let other people do.
Yeah.
But anyways, to get back into it,
Yeah.
Pivot starts leading you into camp, basically.
Yeah.
Let me just grab everybody. And there are another number of people about. Going about whatever orders they were given. Anything you wish to do?
Um.
I have an out of character question. What was the reasoning Faya was told for us taking over this place again?
Okay. First off, it's very close to Ventheim, which makes it a fantastic base of operations to launch attacks from. And that's, as far as I remember, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. I was
It's
just
also,
trying to remember why we were here.
also as a part of that, like not a ton of people know that this place even exists.
That too.
So yeah. So when said attacks are launched from it,
They won't know where it's
it'll be
coming from.
harder. It'll be harder to pinpoint where it's coming from.
And frankly, should they even figure it out, there is a blockade being formed on Ventheim's northern coast that'll help prevent things going in and out from that area.
Gotcha.
But
Uh,
sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. Or else we'll just kind of follow Hivid, um, watching where he goes and kind of just following in suit.
He leads
Uh,
the group of you over and inside the bunkhouse, which I don't have a map for. And he leaves the group for a moment to talk to a small group of other people alone. Like within sight, but you can't really hear them all that well.
fair enough. Um, and Brass is going to go ahead and look at bunking situations and such. what all there is there, and yeah. Just since we're at the right-hand side, and might as well take a look at where everything is.
It's bare bones, I'd say. Bare necessities.
Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't look like any one of the gears ever intended for people to stay here too long.
Well, that was their
Maybe
problem.
like a week max. But guess who's going to be staying here longer?
The people who brought supplies to do so.
Yes.
Um,
Hi, Presley. Did you enjoy your walk? Sorry, my dog just came in.
I guess we'll find like a bottom bunk somewhere and just kind of set some of his stuff down, kind of claim it as his own.
Okay.
um,
Hibbit, like, comes back at about that point, and it's just like, alright, they're getting an area prepared for you. Okay.
okay. Okay. Can I pick it all back up?
You don't have to.
Yeah. It's not a lot.
Is there anything else any of you need?
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is there like a map of this place so we can get a better idea of where things are?
The tourist's guide.
A tourist
Maybe
guide? No. But we did find their blueprints, which do serve as a bit of a map.
that works. I just don't know where things are.
Like, if you cleared away the jungle top, it'll show off everything. Place is
That
huge.
It still works as a map. It just the tree part makes it confusing to navigate later, I assume.
But there are. He'll, like, hand you. Show you this. Yes, blueprint, but there is a top down view that shows what it would look like without any foliage on it. And through that, you see that there are some, like, buildings scattered throughout inside the jungle, as well as a number of vents, we'll say. And the blueprints describe these as essentially air holes for anybody who has to work under the aviary.
Is there maps for like under the aviary as well?
He will provide you with those. Sarah does not have one.
Cool.
We've been working on trying to get in, just in case, and it's slow progress. It seems they've locked the only entry point.
Could
Let
we make
me try to mark where some of these buildings are. Okay, there's one here. There is one here. And there is one here, and I'm sorry, I misspoke. There's actually another entry point here. But that is also locked and rather out of the way.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the only ones that you're going to have difficulty seeing, all things considered. Anything else?
Faya's gonna spend her time trying to study the maps.
Did I miss one, or is that... No, that's a vent. Okay. Even Sarah is starting to forget what's all on here.
All good.
Aww.
She's tired from her walk. And she likes her pillow.
But if you won't be needing anything else, you're welcome to look around, talk to people. Just come back for dinner.
Sounds good, Chief. Grass is going to pick one of the buildings kind of at random and just go there and kind of start poking around.
Okay.
Faya would like to try talking to some people.
Ooh, we're splitting the party.
We're good at that.
We're good at that. Okay. I'm just gonna ask you two point blank. Who wants Nemesis and who wants Frigga?
Oh wait, are we kidnapping them to go with us?
They don't really want you guys to head into the jungle alone, so they're happy to accompany you. I realize Faya's probably not going into the jungle, but still, you might want
She
someone.
might end up in the jungle depending on how her conversations go. I doubt it, but you know, if someone wants to go into the jungle, I suppose she wouldn't oppose. Where are you going, Presley?
Grass will probably go with Nemesis, I think.
Yay.
Yeah, because he did the whole thing with Frigga, and she's much more the talkative type. Well, in Rayos's mind. Especially as, like, yeah. But no, be good to catch up with Nemesis more.
Yeah. Okay. Where's everybody going?
Okay. Left, right, 1, 2, 3. I'm rolling a die. That's a 6, so 3. So it's going to be the closer one.
Okay. That one. Okay. Let me just get you guys going off in that direction. Faya, where are you going?
I might just walk up to the first person I can see and start talking to them.
I suppose
Good.
that means the monk that's right outside.
Suppose so, yes. Unless there's... I think that one's actually the closest as well, so he probably would be the first one seen.
Okay, we'll start with you two. What do you want to talk to this guy about?
I'm mostly just curious to see, like, since he got here before me, or she got here, or whatever since they got here before me, just, like, What do they know about the place beyond like the blueprints that were nicely provided once they were found? Um, like what sort of animals are in the jungle, stuff like that.
Okay. So, what other sorts of things have they found? What animals are in the jungle?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, as for animals in the jungle, it is. There's a number of insects. So many insects. So freaking many insects.
I'm thinking this guy isn't a fan of insects.
There are the harpies. There's one red one that likes to perch on top of the storage area over there. But aside from that, they tried to relocate a number of other animals to the jungle as well for the harpies. So there are various small mammals like lemurs. How dare I blank on jungle animals?
But like,
Lizards.
apart from the harpies, is there anything specifically dangerous to watch out for in the jungle?
Probably the snakes. But aside from that, they try not to relocate any natural predators of the harpies. Not that they have many to begin with. But yeah, the most dangerous things here are probably going. Frankly, the most dangerous things here are probably going to be certain species of plants. And the birds themselves. Andrea?
Sorry. So plants might be the most dangerous thing here apart from the snakes, right?
Yes. And the birds. The birds might be herbivorous, but they've got nasty claws.
Fair enough. And then there's the harpies, of course, which could cause
That's the
problems.
birds.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we were calling the harpies birds.
This individual is calling them birds, and that is what they are. They are a species of bird.
Fair enough.
A rather weird looking bird, but still a bird.
Birds, snakes, and plants are the biggest concerns of the jungle so far that we know. And the fact that it has an ungodly amount of insects.
As a jungle should.
As a jungle should.
And as for objects they found, so far the most useful thing has been the blueprints, but they also found a ledger, I suppose, of everything that has come to the aviary. So you're able to know, like, the population of harpies.
What is our current population of harpies?
Let me roll for it. How dare you get stuck in the tower? They currently have 15.
Fair enough.
And you can tell that they were expecting more to arrive, but that never happened for some reason.
I wonder what that reason could be.
It's only whoever could know. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery to everybody.
It wouldn't be like there was just some freak storm or something.
Exactly. That
Wait.
sounds about right.
Some freak storm, some unexpected explosions. That sounds like too much of something out of a novel.
But, yeah. Anything else?
I think that's about all that Faya can really think of to ask.
Okay. I suppose we'll leave you be for a moment and go over to the other side.
Okay.
Reyes, could you please roll me a survival check?
Sure thing. Let's see here. Survival is 0, so it's gonna be a straight die roll. That's a 13. That's much
13,
better than I thought it was going to be. Yep.
Um. You do manage to navigate through the jungle and find the other building.
Oh.
Was that an oh boy? Because I think it cut out.
And I said, oh, cool.
Ah.
Thankfully, it's close by.
Yes. Okay, it's a rather small circular building. There's not really anything that indicates what it would normally be for on the outside.
Perhaps we'll knock at the door, see if anyone's in there. Or well, are there any like windows or any signs that someone is in there?
There are windows.
Okay.
There are no lights inside.
Okay, then Reyes is just going to open the door.
Okay. It is one large room with some furnishings. Bed, desk, couch, lamps. Looks like some sort of outpost, perhaps. Shelf.
Reyes is going to look over at the desk and kind of see what's been done there.
Lots of loose papers, but most of them are either blank or have nothing of interest on them.
Okay. Next place he's going to go ahead and look for any signs of interest is under the bed.
Okay.
Is there anything there?
Sarah's thinking.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay. You find a small box. Andrew?
Yep, I'm here.
You find a small box, yeah.
Anything of note on the outsides, or?
It looks kind of treasure chest-y. And there is like a combination lock on it.
Okay. How well crafted of a lock does it seem to be? Is this like a master lock, combination lock, or like is it built in?
3 combination lock that's been built into the chest.
Okay. Rios is going to just start kind of fiddling with the numbers as on the outside, just to try and get it to open without breaking it.
I believe that would be a sleight of hand check.
Okay. I have a +7 to that. But I rolled a 4, so that's an 11.
There's a lot of potential combinations it could be, and it will probably take you a while to find it. It does not open.
After about a minute, Rios kind of starts getting frustrated with it.
You're going to shoot it, aren't you?
The idea was in the mind, but he's actually going to pull out the scimitar that he's had the entire time. He just doesn't need it, or really doesn't really use it, and he's going to try and kind of get it right into the crack of the lid and everything, and just kind of wrench it sideways, rotating quickly to hopefully just jam the lock and force it to open. And kind of just pop the lid off, regardless of the lock.
Okay. Roll me either your choice of another sleight of hand check, a strength check, or an attack.
I'm going to go with sleight of hand. Because while Rayos can use the scimitar in combat, it's not his big thing. So sleight of hand is
I never would
7
have
to
guessed.
this. I know, right? 18. Like his sleight of hand is better than his attack roll with the scimitar by about 5%.
I just had a
Yeah.
thought that the dagger probably would have gotten in there better, but you go ahead and use the giant sword.
Look, Rayos isn't exactly. Intelligence isn't his main focus.
But in
He's like,
any case, it does pop open.
okay.
Lock broken. Chest
Okay.
never going to close properly.
That's fine. What else in it?
This appears to be a chest of personal belongings of a gear that was staying here. There is a small journal. A pen. Not a I don't know what kind of pen this is, but it's not a ballpoint and it's not like acrylic ink.
It's like a fountain pen?
Yeah, that's the term. Fountain pen. And then some, like, personal trinkets.
Reyes will pocket the fountain pen. And just kind of do a quick flyby through the journal.
Okay. Okay. There. Lots of the. In fact, most of the passages are about. Like, interpersonal relations this person was having with other people. Like, this guy's great. This guy's a piece of shit. And I need to write down and vent about it. Shipments of harpies are going smoothly and arriving on schedule. These are all different entries, by the way.
Gotcha.
It's pretty much day by day, sometimes skipping a day.
Is there anything about the day of the explosion?
There. Day of explosion. No, but after a day of explosion, there is a note that for the first time, a shipment of harpies did not arrive on time. And it goes on to say that that was probably even going to be the last shipment for a while when the gears when they would have had a good breeding population. Essentially,
That tells me a lot, but I'm not sure what Reyes would pull from that. Hmm.
After that entry,
Actually, yeah. What does come after that? It's a fair point.
there's not after. Sorry, let me gather what I want to say.
It's all good.
After that particular entry, there's talks that he's been overhearing the possibility of going back to the vague country because things are starting to take a downturn in terms of relations between the two countries and the states of everything. Basically, war is coming. War is coming. Time to go join the army again. But when you get to the last entry in the journal, it's talking about how they're going to be leaving soon. But then it just cuts off mid-sentence. And when you look at the date, that is the day the Tevin Guard would have arrived here.
Rios ponders to himself. How does a corpse put a journal in a box under their bed? I thought these guys didn't believe in resurrection magics. Okay. And then he'll just he'll pocket the journal. Why not? And just kind of slide the rest of the box under the bed.
Perhaps they put it in before getting killed?
Yeah, but at least finish your sentence. Come on. Some of us were on the edge of our seats. Rayos is going to go ahead and look through. Well, because it's now clear to him that there haven't been any other. At least in his mind, it's very clear that there have not been any other Tevin Guardian soldiers who visited this location.
Either that, or they did a crap job of looking around.
Or they just realized that a fountain pen and a journal weren't really worth much.
Fountain pen, journal, and like a lucky stone.
Yeah. Is there a carpet in the middle here? Oh, sorry.
I even pulled up the list of trinkets table in case you wanted to go through that again.
Oh.
But it's fine. There is no rug, but the wood is the floor is floorboards, is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. There is no trapdoor. Russ turns to Nemesis man, this guy really was boring, wasn't he? No trapdoors, no anything. They're not.
You're blaming the person for interior design?
I mean, if you're gonna like just like I don't know, maybe the guy could have been a little bit more interesting. You know what? Let's hit up another spot. This one,
Where would you like to head next?
gonna roll for it. That's the same roll. That's the same roll. That's the same roll. That's the different one finally. So this is gonna be a longer trek, heading to the farthest point, the second one on the map.
Okay. Roll another survival check.
Oh boy. Survival. Yup, that's a straight roll.
If you have proficiency in cartographer's tools, you may add that.
Yeah, no.
If you want to make an argument for something, you can.
Nah, it's okay. I'll live with my 2.
Oh. Okay, that's better. Reyes? You... Gosh. Let me go around and lock these things in place so I stop grabbing them.
Okay.
Okay. Reyes, you get to about here and become miserably lost. Luckily for you, Nimbus takes over.
Okay.
And together you actually do manage to make it to the next one.
Okay.
Okay, but we'll put a pause on you for a second. Faya, what you up to?
We're I got a quick. So new aviary, is it floating above the ocean or is it an island in the ocean?
It is hovering down over the ocean.
Okay.
Like a hell of a drop of the above the ocean.
Okay. Uh, I'm trying to think what Faya would be doing.
You have a giant area to explore and
This
many
is
people
interesting.
to try talking to.
I kind of want to send Duck off to go try and find a building in the jungle, or just to explore the jungle.
You can.
I will tell Duck to go invisible because I'm pretty sure closets can do that. If I
That
remember
sounds like
correctly.
something they could do.
I can double check. Good old Duck.
Love you, Duck.
Yeah. Duck can go invisible. Yeah, I might send Duck off to explore the jungle while being invisible in the hopes that he doesn't, detract anything to try and eat him.
Okay. Anywhere in particular you wish to send him off?
Uh, Preferably towards a, uh, I want to say towards a building, but I'm not sure which one.
Let me god, what size is that? Oh, there it is! God, that's small. Let me... There.
I might send Duck over to this building.
Okay, 1 second. But, okay. Okay. Roll me, I think, a survival check. Also, are you looking through his eyes as... or
No, I'm
peering
not.
through?
I'm going to have Faya talk to more people as Duck just goes.
Okay.
Survival is Duck with Duck stats. 14 for Duck stats. Just looking at what a closet stats are.
Okay.
Faya is just going to try and talk. Faya might try and just eavesdrops on some conversations. See, just get a general idea of like what people think about this place or the plan.
Okay. Oh god. That's a hard thing to grab. That's a hard thing to grab.
Cast enlarge on Duck.
Okay, you eavesdrop on some conversations. And you get the general idea that while they can appreciate the attempt to protect an endangered species by making a nature reserve for them, they're also once again annoyed with the Gears for the fact that they're hiding this.
What specifically is like the cause of annoyance for hiding? Like just the fact that they're hiding this, or that they have the resources to make and hide this, or something like that, or
A bit of both. Like, that's... Tevin Guardians, you may decide if this includes either of you, have been annoyed with the Gears for hiding all sorts of information.
that's just what they did.
New Aviary's existence, how much power they have, the role of the Duke, all that kind of things. But also, Ventheim has not just the resources, but also the technology to produce this, and they aren't really sharing that.
Those jackasses. No, that okay.
Like, Tevingard has airships, Tevingard has steam technology, but it's not quite to the same level as Ventheim's.
So it's like a begrudging respect for them building this, but also just the general annoyance of them as a whole.
Basically.
But like no specific for or against ideas towards using this plan, just this is really neat place, but fuck these guys.
Pretty much.
Alright. No, that's fair.
Also, through eavesdropping, you basically learn that Hibbit's become basically a leader around here. Like, everyone looks to Hibbit. He's about as close to a general as you're going to get around here. But he doesn't actually have that rank, necessarily.
I'm guessing there's at least some amount of respect that just the general consensus that everyone has for him, then.
Yeah.
Cool. Now Faya knows who's in charge.
What'd you call him?
I said now Faya knows who's in charge.
Ah, yes.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to move that guy. I just wanted to zoom in.
You're fine, you moved him like an inch.
Lightly shoved him. I don't suppose there's any interesting rumors or stories going around camp, is there?
There is just one, and that there are people coming to New Aviary now that it's been secured, and there's a rumor that there's going to be someone of importance coming along with them.
No specific details on them, just of importance.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, of very great importance.
Just double check. That's not referring to Reyes, right?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, Reyes.
No, it's okay. He's very much not of importance.
Just thought I'd ask, because Reyes did sort of kick off this whole thing. Cool.
They don't necessarily know that.
Cool. Yeah,
But
no.
they're referring to like a military leader. Like,
Okay. So, Hivid's in charge so far. There's rumors of someone important coming around. Ventheim is cool for building this, but fuck Ventheim. Is that all the rumors? I think? Or all of what I can glean off the eavesdropping?
I believe so.
Alright. And then it's just up to Doc if he finds anything interesting.
Okay, well...
Heedly little invisible
we'll get there. Because Reyes will probably find him.
I mean, he might
Okay.
struggle to find him if Doc's invisible.
It's gonna be hard because my survival is not great.
Oh, hang on, I should mark that. He's invisible. Where is that? You know what? There it is. Oops. Then we attach that to duck, and perfect.
Oh wow, that's neat.
Yeah.
Look at my little invisible boy.
Okay. Rayos, thanks to Nemes's decent ability to navigate, you find the next building. There is a large, dark purple harpy perched on the roof of this one. Rayos?
Reyes will look to Nemesis like, do we shoo it away? Do we try and scare it? Do we shoot it?
We can try. I think if we leave it alone, it'll leave us alone. But you have more experience with the birds than I do.
That's very little. That's like very little.
My point. To be fair, it does not appear that the harpy has noticed you.
Let's just enter the building. Maybe we can take care of it later. It'll resolve itself.
Okay, you go up to the door of this one. And the door does open. The door on this one's a bit heavier. But it opens. No issues. Inside this one is a number of pipes, gauges, machinery.
Gears.
Gears. Valves.
Reyes tries to make that joke to Nemesis, and I'm feeling like it doesn't go over.
There's a smirk.
Okay. All right.
I think the best comparison is boiler room on crack.
Oh, fun.
Lots of stuff that you probably shouldn't touch.
That's fair. Because Reyes has no idea what's going on here. Are there any like schedules or shift changes or any information like just kind of written up, posted about the place?
There's like not quite post-it notes, but something kind of like that next to each gauge showing appropriate ranges that things should be in. Everything's normal.
That's good.
But there doesn't appear to be like a schedule log in this particular building.
So is that a hatch to go underneath nearby, or what? Like,
Yes.
wait, huh?
It is locked, and from your earlier conversation with Pivot, you pretty much gleaned that they determined this to be too far away from main camp to be of use to them.
That means it's definitely going to be of use in Rayos's mind. Like, as soon as... Is the harpy still there?
Yes.
He, like, pokes his head out.
Still there. Still calm. It's looking out this way.
Okay.
And the door to this would be about where I put you.
Gotcha.
Anything you wish to do?
You know, Rayos is going to try it. He's going to try and open the hatch. It's locked. Wait, yeah.
It's locked.
External lock, internal lock. It's probably internal.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Rayos has an idea because he is curious as to how to get this thing open. Because he's just got to know. He has to know. He's the curiosity has just taken over. So he kind of sets his rifle down on the side of the hatch.
Okay.
And he is going to attach a sturdy piece of rope. He has a total of... I know he's used some of it. He's cut some of it. Oh no, he still has 50 feet of rope. So he's going to take his 50-foot section of rope, and he is going to kind of secure it as much as possible to one of the spokes of the wheel that opens up the hatch that is locked and barred. The other side of the rope, he is going to open up the caliber net on his rifle and just kind of begin interweaving it with the net and kind of just tying it to that.
Okay.
Okay. He looks miss. He's like, on my signal, run in from the forest the same way we came.
Okay.
And then he's going to shoot the caliber net. He's going to kind of slink back to the forest with Nemesis. And he's going to try and shoot the caliber net at the harpy's legs so that it will fly off and provide enough torque to wrench the knob open.
Is that the signal?
Yep. And the two of them running in that direction will hopefully scare it to fly straight forward instead of around.
Okay. First things first, let's get you two in the woods.
Okay, let's do this. This is a stupid plan, but it might work.
Okay, you're specifically aiming at the legs?
Specifically.
Isn't this
Just
thing
enough to get...
electrified?
Yup. Not to like stun or anything, but it just... Well, yeah, kind of to stun.
Okay.
Creature must succeed on a roll or be restrained. Yeah, there's an electrical component, but it doesn't really do much. It's just mild. All things considered. But if he can get it like wrapped around the harpy's legs, kind of like a turtle with the 6-pack of soda can plastic around its neck, like that'll work perfectly for him.
What a
And just like get it to...
Okay. What kind of check do I need to make for the harpy regarding the caliber net?
A strength saving throw.
Okay. Here's how I think this is going to work. If the harpy fails, it is stunned. If the harpy it is stunned and by the electricity, it's not going anywhere. If it succeeds, it will fly.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Sure. So if it succeeds on the check, it's going to fly away. But if it fails, it's just going to be stunned and just...
Yes.
If it flies away, does it have the net tangled around it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this. It's got to beat a DC of 12. There's a good chance that this might work.
They have good strength. It rolled an 18.
Okay. So, as the net kind of pops off, Rayos immediately kind of runs, and he sees it kind of like land on the harpy. A little bit of a confusion look, and then just kind of runs screaming at it, hoping to scare it away.
Honestly, getting a net shot at it's going to terrify it enough. It is flying.
Okay.
It's... You screaming is also helping. It is going... Let's see. 2... It's even. It's... Okay, it is flying in this direction.
Okay, that should get at least a little bit of the way. Hmm.
Okay. You watch the rope get pulled tight very quickly, and the valve of this hatch deforms significantly in the direction it's being pulled.
But it doesn't come undone.
No.
Reyes will collect the rope. And just like kind of frustratedly, like sulking, like pull it back up, put it back into his pack, and re-ready the caliber net.
There is like at some point the rope gives, and you're left with about half as much rope as you started with. And there is a harpy flying away if your caliber net.
I mean, it's on one hand, it's just a net with some small barbs. Like that's not hard to do. He also has been meaning to kind of swap out some stuff on his rifle, but you know. So hang on. Okay, so 50 feet of rope, and that's now 25.
Like, when you go back to look at the hatch, there is... It borderline looks more like a triangle than a circle now. Like, this thing pulled hard. Like...
Oh, it almost worked.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh. You see, you say that, but it doesn't sound like it. So I have thieves' tools. That would have made both of those checks a lot more smart.
Well, as we previously established...
Rayos kind of just thinks about solutions that are much more entertaining. Yeah, no.
You have a bomb.
Yes. Using it here? Gosh. That's like... No, that... Rayos, like, annoyed that his plan is just kind of... He's just annoyed that the plan didn't work out.
Pat on the shoulder.
You know what? He's going to pull out his thieves' tools and try and pick the lock.
Roll me sleight of hand.
Okay. +7. That's a 4 + 7. It's probably bent out of shape. So 11.
You've never seen anything quite like this before. You're not sure where to shove your tools in to start working on it.
And that's why I don't pick locks. Want to hit up the next building?
Yes.
Okay. Brayos kind of just stares back at the hatch for a moment. He's like, just in his mind, it's like, I'll be back for you.
Oh, God. You'll get it. You'll get it. But let's leave it be. Okay. As you two are walking over, Faya, anything?
How is Duck doing?
Duck seems to be doing fine. You're hearing a lot of oohs and ahs in your ear as he finds all sorts of interesting things.
Is there anything of note to Duck that he'd be like that he would tell Faya about, apart from just the oohs and ahs?
Why don't you roll me an investigation check for Duck?
Oh, poor Duck. That's 15 minus 2. 13 total.
Okay. He's finding lots of flowers.
Duck, you useless bastard.
Flowers of all sorts of colors. At one point he is describing them to you in basically a kindergartner's vocabulary. Duck's not that smart. At one point, he describes what. One second, guys.
I'm just letting her out. Come on.
My mother has taken the dog. At one point, he describes, like, what we would know as a pitcher plant to you. And he asks if he can stick his finger in.
Duck, do you want to lose a finger?
It'll grow back.
Does it grow back for you?
Technically, I'm not exactly real.
Oh no. He's aware that he's not real.
It'll be back by the next time you summon me.
You know what? You do you, buddy.
Oh, this is gross. Oh.
Oh, Duck is an idiot.
As we've established.
He's a lovable idiot.
And that's pretty much what's going on inside your head constantly.
I wonder if Faya ever loses brain cells because of this.
But despite the closet in your head, is there anything you'd like to do?
Apart from seeing a shrink later for Faya.
Its name is Beachy.
That's the shrink.
But apart from that,
I think Faya is mostly just wandering around the camp then. If there's nothing else.
There's a building! I love buildings.
I think we need to schedule another therapy appointment with Fiji later.
Frigga's just like, you okay?
Have you ever had a closet just talk in your head?
It wasn't a closet, but in the Gears there was this annoying ass halfling that could only communicate through in the mind.
Okay. That sounds terrible, and I'm sorry that you had to experience that.
It's my understanding that even the Gears hated him.
He wasn't an inside job for I don't sabotage, was he?
No. As far as I know, no.
How did he get a job then?
Well, the Gears have a system where they basically taken broken people to give them a new chance, a purpose.
So, Quaset's probably not as bad as that guy. Quaset
No.
is very consistent, though, and talks like a kid. And is currently trying to describe a building to me.
Well, there's a big difference between something with the intelligence of a child being annoying and a grown-ass man being annoying.
This is
And
a true
going
statement.
out of the way to be annoying.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just dealing with the Quaset in my head. Which is fairly for me, actually.
I'm so sorry for you.
He's my familiar. So, he found a building in the forest, and I guess he's having fun trying to describe it to me.
That's neat.
Yeah, I sent him to go look in the forest, which might have been my fault, really.
Maybe a little.
Tiny bit. Sometimes he does really good. He does a really good job at scouting ahead. Other times he just describes a building to me in same way you would expect a small child to.
There's a really big bird on this building.
He's found a harpy, I think.
I'm going to go say hi to it.
He is going to die to a harpy.
Well, that was quick.
I've decided I'm not gonna intervene on this. I think he'll learn quickly enough that the birds he's seeing are probably not the nicest birds out there. But he's gotta learn this somehow.
Consider it a learning experience.
Wait, hold on. Is he capable of learning? Boza probably should have thought of that first.
Is he capable of learning?
He's probably capable of learning.
I think that's where we'll leave you and head back to Reyes. Reyes, as you approach this building, No survival check required. We've established that you or Nimbus can navigate just fine. The first thing you come to is one of the vents that provides air to the interior of New Aviary. But you do also see the building. There is a harpy perched on top of it. And, it suddenly starts looking around, as though startled by something.
Whereas he's just gonna kind of stick in the forest and kind of keep his eyes on the harpy, just seeing trying to figure out what all's going on. Because he can't see the closet.
The closet's invisible.
Exactly. I mean, at least that's what I, the player, am assuming. But like, Rest just sees this harpy start acting weird. Maybe let's hold off a moment before we attack, or have to attack, or see what happens.
It is going to fly. It leaves.
Okay, works for me.
And just all of a sudden, you hear, "Wait, don't go!" Oh.
Huh. Okay.
The hell was that?
There is a small little impish creature running around here. Faye is familiar. Very
right,
friendly.
Right. The
Yeah.
music box, right.
Yeah. He will pull out some of the food from his rations and kind of have it out to see if that attracts duck.
Faya, would food attract duck?
Wait, do familiars need to eat?
No, but would that stop duck?
If he knows the food is specifically being offered to him, no. If he doesn't know if the food is for him, he might hold back on it.
I might have misheard, so I'm just going to ask again. Food is being held in the general direction of the building, basically.
Duck would probably try and go for it.
Okay. You do see Rhea's, plants being brushed aside by a very small, bipedal, invisible creature heading your direction.
Okay.
Down here!
Yeah, he kind of just offers the food out and watches as I assume it just kind of starts being quickly grasped away from his hand and disappears.
Yes. There is a grasping, and then what you can safely assume to be a turn and a run. As the closet goes off somewhere to eat in peace.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. What does the building look like on the outside?
Okay, uh, pretty significantly overgrown. This one's pretty more in the heart of the jungle.
Okay.
No windows. There it appears to be either some sort of boiler or generator to the side, with pipes leading into the ground and into the building.
Okay.
The door to
that's
this
open.
one is locked.
Going to attempt to pick the lock. Reyes is going to give it a shot.
You got this.
I have a +7. It should work in my favor.
It's an ordinary door lock. It's not Ventheimen technology.
That's a natural 1.
Your
Apparently you
lock,
don't have this.
your lockpick breaks, and yeah, that's exactly what Nimbus says. Like, in a kind of joking manner. Apparently, you don't have this.
Yep. Just the door open inward or outward?
Outward.
Okay, so I got nothing.
One second. Well, that's a natural 20. So, would that even help? Well, it's a nat 20, it's gonna help. You see, Nimbus point his own gun at the door and fire right at the handle. And that's completely destroys the doorknob and the lock, and he's able to pry it open.
Okay. After you.
He enters. Okay. Okay. What is this building? Okay. It appears to be another storage type area. But there seems to be a bit more heavy equipment storage here.
Okay. That's promising.
You're nothing too big, but you're seeing things like smaller versions of the cranes that are towards the front of new Aviary. Maybe a forklift of some form.
Are the keys for the ignition like in a sort of sun visor above it?
Sure.
Nice. And then Ras just kind of leaves it be and just kind of puts it back, just keeps that fact in the back of his mind.
There's also like a significantly smaller backhoe. There's actually several of these. And they were for planting the trees.
Okay. So this has been left alone for a good bit of time.
Yes. Looks maybe like unintentionally abandoned. Like with everything having been grown up so much, they don't really have a need for this kind of equipment anymore.
That it. Ras is gonna kind of poke his head around, like any. Sorry. Any wall areas, or just try and figure out, like, is there any documentation? Is there any even if there's like safety manuals, he's just curious to like see where it's all kept and just build his own map of this place out in his mind.
You find safety manuals in the vehicles.
Okay. So this is just a garage.
Basically. And with that in mind, you're starting to get the idea that maybe this thing outside is some sort of fuel supply.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense. Huh. Don't know. Hmm.
Needless to say, perhaps, there is a set of doors big enough for for the vehicles to get out.
Okay, that's good. Is that one locked?
From the inside, you're easily able to unlock it.
Okay, good. I will leave it unlocked because there is going to be some really random thing in the future, I'm sure, where we randomly need a backhoe.
A backhoe, a forklift.
Exactly. It's going to be necessary sometime in the future.
A crane.
And I'm gonna mess up with my lockpicking. uh,
But that is basically it for this area.
okay. Let's go meet up back with Hivid, see what sort of accommodations we've got here.
Alright. I didn't point this out earlier because it wasn't hidden in a jungle, but there's also one. There's also a building here if anybody wants to look at it.
Oh. On the way. Maybe, yeah. What time of day is it?
4 p.m.
Yeah, it's probably about time to be getting back. Plus, we're gonna have to spend the time traveling.
Yeah, about time to head back. Don't want to be in a jungle at night.
I think we're gonna be here for a couple good bits of time. So,
Yes, but you know what I mean.
yeah. I do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Faya, anything?
Is there anything Faya can do to help around the camp?
There's a hatch that leads to beneath New Aviary that they've been working on. If you would like to help out with that, they'd appreciate it.
I mean, Faya can try. Faya will certainly try.
Yes. Okay. What would you like to attempt?
Uh, Trying to think.
Surely you have some sort of spell or eldritch invocation that can help here.
That's what I'm trying to think of. What? I mean, unless they really want me to start launching a bunch of magic at it. Trying to think.
Surely you have something.
I'm trying. I think I have. Surely I have something. I'm just trying to think. What could I do? At worst, I just try and Eldritch Blast the damn thing.
Please try something.
I'm thinking. Who the hell is messaging? Okay, I can wait and ignore that and message back. Yeah, I'm thinking a vampiric touch wouldn't help against this door,
No.
but could I just try blasting it with an Eldritch Blast?
Sure.
Alright, I would like to tell them to step back first, just in case I misfire. Because my aim isn't always the best, as that's a 7 plus 7 to hit.
You hit and the Eldritch Blast fizzles against it. Just
Yeah, no, I sort of expected that to happen.
it appears to have done nothing.
Yeah, no, I sort of expected that to happen. Oh, what if I just like...
Is that really all you have?
I'm debating whether it's worth trying to summon a giant tentacle to try punching it with a tentacle. Fuck it. I would like to try and summon my Tentacle of the Deeps and just try and whack it once with that.
Okay.
So that is a 17 total to hit the door.
Roll damage.
That is... What type of damage is that? That's cold. That was to hit. That's not what I'm...
It deals cold damage?
The tentacle? Yes, according to D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Yep. When you create or move the tentacle, you can make a melee spell attack against one creature within 10 foot of it. I'm assuming the door can still count, though. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 cold damage, and its speed is reduced to 10 foot. God forbid the door try and escape. Anyway, that's 9 cold damage.
Okay. Was that max damage?
No, I don't believe so, because it's a d8 plus 5.
Okay.
I just roll shit.
You watch this tentacle of the deeps try to smack down on the hinge area to try to lever it open, more or less. And not much happens.
Yeah, no, that's expected too. Let me double check. How long does my tentacle of the deep stick around? It's around for a minute. I might try whacking it again with the tentacle, just because I have it summoned right now.
Okay. Just roll me damage again. Don't worry about the 2-hit. Well, roll me a 2-hit to see if you get a 20.
19.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
That is 12 cold damage.
It does it again, and this time there's a tiny bit of movement. But it holds strong.
Just like have the tentacle keep attacking until the tentacle disappears after a minute. Just mostly to make use of the fact that I did decide to summon it, and it sticks around for a minute.
Okay. Over time, you do get some significant movement out of this valve, this hatch. It never reaches full. It never gets fully opened. And your tentacle does eventually disappear.
You know what? I can live with that. I have vaguely helped.
Progress?
I mean, it is some amount of progress. Which is better than no progress.
Yes. Will that be all for now?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Poor Faya. I don't know why she is the way she is.
It's
Rhea?
okay. We both have issues with doors and hatches.
They're,
And
Doors
locks.
just
they're
doors are a
meant to
problem.
be hard to open.
Have we considered just like asking the king or someone to abolish doors?
Well, this is Venheimian, so they're not under the jurisdiction of your king.
This is a true statement. This is another reason why we should get rid of Ventheim. Just have doors, and doors are a problem.
Brass, on the way back to the main camp, you swing by this building. from the outside, it appears to be some form of watchtower or observatory.
This sounds like the coolest building here. Why didn't we start here? Okay. Okay. What kind of? Is there a door?
There is a door. It is not locked.
Good. I open the door.
You're immediately met with a window, some storage crates, and a spiral staircase.
Okay, let's see what's in those storage crates.
Cannonballs for the cannons you guys brought.
Okay. Gonna put that lid back on that crate. What's up the spiral staircase?
When you go up the spiral staircase, there aren't any other floors besides the top observatory platform.
Okay.
It is open air.
Okay.
And there are a number of, like, spy glasses on stands, so that you can look around the jungle canopy, at least, for anything of interest. Or you can move them and face towards the ocean and look out for ships.
Reyes will do both, but he wants to start looking at the aviary itself first, see if there's anything that he missed. And kind of going around here today.
Nothing really.
Any smoke or anything from other parts of the island?
No. No
Okay.
smoke.
Okay. Then he will turn it towards roughly the direction of Ventheim and see if there's anything coming. There shouldn't be, but
No.
just in case.
Nothing coming. Looks a little cloudy.
Okay. Anything else up here?
No.
Okay. Reyes will then make his way back down and kind of signal the Nemesis that we should be able to just head back to camp.
All right. You meet back up with Faya and Frigga. You come here towards the tail end of tentacle smashing. The hatch there. There's some sort of progress.
That's more than the one I was able to get on the other side.
Andrea?
Oh, sorry. So they're back with us, right?
Yes.
I could technically summon another tentacle to keep bashing on the door, but I'm not sure if the how desperately do we want to try and explore the underground? Faya's asking. Just probably Frigga or Nemesis.
We just got here with you.
Can I try asking, is that a rogue just in front of the door?
This is the rogue that's been trying to get it open since they got here.
Hey, buddy,
Like,
how
you had to tell this person to get out of the way when you Eldritch blasted it and tentacled it.
I just go up and go, so, hey, buddy, how desperately are we trying to get this open?
I mean, there isn't any rush. We just want to know what's down there, if anything.
We don't really need to summon another tentacle to keep beating up this door, do I?
No.
Cool.
If you have other places to go, you don't have to.
I don't really have anything else to do at the moment either. Could I ask you to step back again? I'm just going to beat it up with a tentacle.
Okay.
I would like to bash this again with my tentacle of the deep.
You going to spend the entire minute doing that?
Yep. It's a minute of my life I will never get back, but it is a minute well spent.
Okay, I need you to roll me one more attack roll. With damage.
Get a 20, get a 20, get a
Get
20.
a 20, get a 20.
24 to hit?
24 to hit?
Yeah, because I rolled a 16 plus the 8 to the hit roll.
Okay.
And then damage is 8 total.
Okay.
Faya's trying at her job.
Towards the end of the minute the tentacle is around, you watch it switch strategies from slamming down on this portion, and it tries and it like wraps around the valve and pulls. And there is significant movement. It does not get it open, but with the progress it has made over the course of this, perhaps it won't be long for people to get it open.
I don't really use the tentacle in battle, do I? I mean, I can, but I don't think I usually do. I've wasted 2 minutes on this door. Can I spend my third and last minute with my tentacle to just keep going at that door?
Okay.
There is a stubbornness here. I've wasted 2 minutes on this door. I will waste a third minute on this door. I am determined.
One more attack.
25 to hit.
Okay. Considering all of the time you have spent with an eldritch tentacle attacking and going at this valve, it does eventually rip the entire hatch lid clean off.
Faya will cheer when that happens.
And kind of holds it confused there.
Victory!
As if it wasn't really expecting that to happen. And you see it get ready to throw it into the ocean. Do you stop it?
To stop it, because that would be littering in Bishi's ocean.
By Bishi's own tentacle.
By Bishi's own tentacle.
Okay,
Oh,
it'll...
just don't throw it. Don't throw it. On the ground, please, buddy.
It will set it down beside the thing then.
I give it a high five.
You high five your tentacle.
I'd love to high five the Eldritch tentacle that just is there now.
But you, in theory, now have access to below New Aviary. There is applause.
You can't see it, but I am clapping as well for myself. Oh god. That is 3 minutes wasted. And all of my slots for summoning the tentacle of the deep.
Not wasted. We don't know what's down there.
I've used all of my slots for tentacle of the deep. At least until my next long rest.
Reyes, how do you respond to this?
He's trying to maintain composure, but there is excitement that one of these that this door got what was coming to it after just being utterly furious with the one on the other side of the island.
We're just going to end up with a vendetta against doors. Forget the war. We have a war against doors.
Yup.
Okay. You now have a new area to explore. That being said, for you guys, it is getting on the late side. And also, dinner for your characters has been prepared.
We should go down here after we eat.
Agreed. Or possibly tomorrow if we want to see our Eldritch Tentacle buddy again. But I'm pretty good on spell slots either way, or magic either way. Just probably can't summon the tentacle anymore today.
There might be more doors. We should probably save it.
There might be more doors.
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't think it was gonna pop off at all.
You've spent a lot of resources and a lot of effort.
I didn't spend that many resources, I don't think. Because Eldritch Blast is a cantrip. Yeah, Eldritch Blast is a cantrip.
Eldritch Blast didn't do anything.
No, but I spent 3 minutes and 3 slots of a tentacle summoning thing to open this door, and I just can't summon a tentacle now.
Which is fine.
Also, I have no idea where my closet went.
You think it's still alive?
Can I just, like, telepathically message it going, "Hey, Duck, are you still alive?
Yes.
Do you want to come back to camp?"
I don't know where that is.
Have
We
you
gave it an
considered
island.
Have you considered flying up and looking above the trees to try and find us? You should consider doing that.
Okay.
So fun fact, ducks lost in the forest now. Yeah. No, that how does my pact work? Not pact. Is it pact? Pact of the chain. Oh, I can. Oh, okay. Actually, can I just like?
Yes.
Sorry, I want to double check something with this.
Could you roll me a d8?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Five.
Okay. In that case, it takes Duck 5 minutes to find you while flying. Unless you have a way to get it back sooner. Andrea?
Sorry, I had to go find the Kleenex. I ran out of Kleenexes.
It takes Duck 5 minutes to find you, unless you somehow can get it back sooner.
No, I think technically I could just dismiss him and resummon him, by casting Find Familiar as a ritual, but that would take 10 minutes, I believe, because ritual casting is like 10 minutes. So I'll just let him come find me.
Okay, as you're heading to the mess hall, Faya, you've seen this bat dive bombing your direction, and you're tackled to the ground as your closet shifts back into its closet form, and it's just like, I found you! I missed you so much!
I'm gonna just pat Duck on the head. Duck found. Duck found us.
That's nice.
Hmm? That's good. Okay, so
So,
yes.
you find yourselves at a table with Hivid, Frigate, and Nemes, and you spend a good portion of the night catching up. If there's any particular conversation you would like to have, go ahead.
So what do you think? What do you all think is down underneath this place?
More doors?
I mean, they keep this place secret. I mean, because it's a nature. It was designed to be a nature preserve, but like,
But do you really need to keep a nature reserve secret?
right? Like, what are they hiding underneath it? Like, there's got to be something under here that's worth hiding. Like, so only a couple, like, we were patrolling out around here, and he'll pull out the journal. It's like there's, like, they had more people here than they probably needed to. Like, they had a couple people here watching out and kind of making sure harpies are here, and harpies are kind of aggressive. So, like, are they trying to protect something here by bringing, like, why do we even need a new aviary? There's got to be something down there.
Okay. From your spy days, Reyes, the answer for new aviary you got was it's a secluded nature reserve so that so that there's a population of harpies that people will be unable to poach.
Okay, but
And
like that's such a cover story. That's so much of a cover story.
Why do they care about if they get? Did Rhea share that story at all?
I mean, he would have mentioned it. Like there's
Does anyone specifically care if harpies are getting poached?
they are endangered.
I mean, we can just fix that with magic, right?
Says Reyes.
Yes, says Reyes. Me, the player who's playing a high-level wizard in another game? Probably not. Reyes? Yeah, totally. Magic works.
As vaguely a magic caster, I'm not sure that's how that works, but there might be a spell for it.
Evan probably would have spoken up earlier, but so we know for sure that down there is all of the technology that keeps us afloat. It's just a question of what else.
Right, because there's got to be something good down there. Just has to be.
I mean, even if there's not like something specifically good, just knowing how to make the thing that makes this float is probably important.
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely.
At the very least, it would let us probably maybe learn how to do it.
Would we be able to build like personalized flying suits or something? I'm overthinking this.
I have no idea, but there's gotta be something down there.
Right? Gotta be something worth hiding. Because here, he flips through the book, like, there's what, 12 shipments of harpies here? Each one about 3, that's 36. Like,
I
either these
believe I
harpies,
said 15 earlier.
15. Sorry,
There's like
15. Of like
15.
3 each. Like 45 harpies? That's.
God, no. 15 harpies.
There's 15 total here.
Okay. Sorry, I got my numbers mixed up. But like, 15 harpies is not enough to restart a population. Right? Like, that seems unnaturally low.
Or at least not very helpful, probably.
Right. I mean, how long does it take a harpy to hatch?
No one at this table knows. I'm
That's
just going to
fair.
put it that way.
I love how there's just a dead silence of,
You're asking a cleric, and 2 marksmen that question.
I can tell you fish lay a lot of eggs. I have no idea about harpies.
These aren't fish.
I know. I don't know a thing about harpies.
There's just gotta be. There has to be more. It can't all be about harpies.
Well, the only way we're going to learn is by going down there and looking. Which we will do soon.
Yep.
However, we also have the ships arriving soon. And I have orders that as soon as they arrive, we are to head southward and launch our attack.
Okay. So we've got a time limit. We've got a crunch.
I've
the
been
ships
told
arrive-
we should be here in about 2 days.
So we've got 2 days to figure out what all is going on beneath this island. Before we probably never get a chance to be back here again. Or I don't know, maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's just steel pipes all the way through.
We won't
And
know
it's a rock.
until we go down there.
Right.
But also, he leans in and speaks in a hushed tone so that only this in-group can hear. The head of the 5th tower is coming.
Quick question. Which one is the 5th tower again?
Tower of Combat. I can elaborate on what that means, but
I'm gonna take it as military leader.
yes.
Yeah, like this is the big guns.
Like, 5th tower, like military leader? That 5th tower?
Upon hearing that, Reyes just kind of goes quiet.
Hivid's nodding, and Prince.
Huh. I think it's slowly dawning on me how big this operation is.
You're only realizing this now?
This is my first job. Also, I knew of it sort of being a big thing because we're planning to attack the city. It's starting to come into a more solidified view than just knowing it in theory.
Okay, I'm not sure if pivot was heard there, so I'm just going to
Oh, sorry.
speak from player to DM. You guys know that the head of the fifth tower is Prince Grezok. Is this stunned silence or did
A little bit for
did
Rayos,
you
A
guys
little bit,
cut
a little
off?
bit.
It's just everything is kind of tangibilized now, and it's like, oh wait, we're actually doing this. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Prince seems like a very big deal. I'm not sure Faya entirely understands why her first job seems this big and chaotic. And concerning.
All I don't want the others to worry about that yet until he gets here. All they know is someone important is coming.
That would explain the rumors around camp.
They don't know who it is.
Okay. Let's keep it that way. You know, we're gonna need, if we're going down there, to figure out if, like, this island's a bomb or something. We probably shouldn't bring explosive weapons that can damage the pipes.
You're absolutely right.
It's gonna probably have to. We're gonna probably want to stick with martial stuff, melee, just in case something's taken up residence down there. Or if
Do not, whatever, do not damage those pipes.
right,
You're not exactly the greatest at melee.
and what if there's like an entire Ventheim art, like regiment down there, like researching and doing stuff, and what if they know we're here and have already reported back?
We would have been taken out already.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense actually. Maybe it's just like one really big harpy. They're bringing all of these small ones there.
Like some sort
Like a
of hive mind.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like one small harpies. Like just one big harpy and a bunch of little harpies. Like maybe it's the original one. I don't know.
They live long lives, but they don't live that long.
But maybe some of them do.
But there's bound to be something down there.
Right?
I don't think it's a big harpy, because how would it survive if there's no food down there? And it can't be some sort of undead harpy because it's Ventheim.
Maybe that's why they want to keep it a secret, because they've been like betraying their oaths the entire time. But also why? I don't know, that sounds cool.
Does Rayhouse actually say that sounds cool?
Yes. You don't want to fight a giant undead harpy?
That sounds kind
I'd
of terrifying.
rather not fight a living one. If I have the choice.
I fought 3. They're not that bad. Like they're annoying. It's sort of like they're sort of like big, angry, colorful mosquitoes that talk to you.
That sounds
Um,
terrifying. I don't like. Why would you want a mosquito talking to you?
I feel like I've heard such descriptions from our monk.
like they're only bad if you get up close. But you don't have to.
And we haven't been, and so far we've been coexisting just fine, I'll admit. But
Yep.
to be fair, I don't know what sort of domestication they did to these.
Can you domesticate a harpy?
Remember that witch we fought in the ocean? Like maybe they have one of those here, and she's just kind of like the one who controls the harpies and kind of does their stuff.
Oh yeah. Just
Like instead
remind
of a
me.
sea witch, a harpy witch.
She did say we should stop mentioning that.
Oh right, yeah.
Beachy said to not mention that to other hags.
Yeah.
These 3 don't care.
Good. You guys aren't like super evil old lady spellcasting
None of you
monsters.
are hags, right?
No.
Cool. I think we can talk about it then.
Yeah, maybe there's one of them down here, underground.
But preferably not.
Hopefully not. You want to know the
I think
terrifying thing? Nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't say, but DM has an
No, you
idea.
absolutely should. No.
I'll just say there's just as terrifying things going on in Tevangard.
Ooh. I'm sure there is. All right, let's get some rest and
Let's
hit this thing crack of dawn.
yes,
Beat up more doors.
They're the worst.
Doors are the worst.
I really don't know if there will be more doors down there, but be prepared.
If there is, as long as I get a good night's rest, I'd probably ask the giant eldritch tentacle to beat up a door again.
That was surprisingly effective.
Yeah, I really didn't think a giant eldritch tentacle beating up on a door would actually be all that effective, apart from, kind of being annoying and the noise of beating up a door. But then it started moving, and I thought, well, why not?
Do you know how long I've had my people working on that?
I'm assuming longer than the 3 minutes it took a giant tentacle to beat it up.
Days.
Definitely longer than that. 3 minutes of a eldritch tentacle punching a door then.
But yes, let's get some rest so we're ready to tackle whatever's down there.
Hopefully not more doors.
That would be the worst.
It would.
Yeah. It would, that doors suck.
Okay, I think that's a good place to call it.
Hey.
There are other conversations you can have, but we could save those for another time.
Oh, whoops. I didn't want that to be moved. I
What you
just
grab?
moved. I grabbed the door. I just wanted to move around. I just wanted to look at the map.
But yeah, that's a good stopping point. I could save these conversations for another time. But yeah, you guys get in a long rest.
We've taken a long rest then?
Go ahead and apply a long rest.
Cool.
And then next day, people are going to head down to beneath New Aviary. How exciting.
Yes.
Any last minute things you want to say or say to anyone? Comments, questions, concerns?
No? I think.
I don't think I have any. I will point out, I think it's hilarious that our small party of, was it 5? Not counting Duck? Just seems to hate doors now.
Everywhere we went, they just were complete trouble.
Not necessarily. Some opened easily. It was the hatches in the garage that gave you trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But still, doors.
Doors.
Fuck doors.
3 hours later, we're still trying to open this door.
Yep.
Any of these characters ever show up in like a non-canon thing, I just hope instead of whatever actual clothing they have on, they just have a t-shirt that says fuck doors. If there was ever a non-canon reason for them to show up anywhere else but here, just a t-shirt that says fuck doors.
So, Sarah's just gonna go ahead and be honest. Every single building and every single interaction Faya had was made up on the spot.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
I barely planned any of what happened,
It's all good.
That's
me.
perfectly fine.
but it was fun,
Yeah.
and it worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
It
I am
worked out
surprised
so well.
my laptop stayed connected for most of it. I think every so often someone's mic cut in and out, and I wasn't sure if that's Discord call or my laptop. I'm gonna blame my laptop.
It
I
can
think
go
that's
either
safe
way.
to say it's Discord.
Oh, is that just Discord? Okay,
Yeah, sometimes they noise gate things and it gets weird.
cool. I'm surprised my laptop managed to stay connected this whole time.
I'm surprised, yeah.
Because right now it's living off of a hotspot connected to it via an Ethernet cable.
Yay! It's
It's
working.
its Wi-Fi card is old and not working. As in, like, I don't think it's registering that it has a Wi-Fi card, which means it can't really connect to the internet. Since the Wi-Fi card is what allows it to read the internet, or at least read the fact that there is internet available to connect to. So it's living off of a hotspot thing that just has a Ethernet cable connected to the hotspot.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah,
At least it's working.
Solution. Yeah.
it is working. Hopefully gonna get a new laptop soon anyway, just because this is an old one. Which is also why we're not bothering to just replace the Wi-Fi card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, temporary fix in the form of a hotspot.
Yay!
Yay! Now it'll only die from the internet, like, every so often. And I think that's just the hotspot acting up, but, I don't think it's really meant to support a computer 24/7 like this.
Probably not, no.
Nope, so I don't fault the little hotspot thing. You guys have more D&D coming up, don't you?
Yeah, I think we'll leave it here so that Andrew can get ready for Jacob's game.
Actually, Jacob canceled his game today, so
Oh!
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
in any case, now is about time when we usually end. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have one session of exploring the underground, and then the next session we launch the attack on the city.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's commit more war crimes.
I don't think they're. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to commit any next one.
Probably.
But like,
You
you're going to
shouldn't
attack a city.
I think
We
this,
shouldn't commit any of them.
I think this is the first time you guys are actually going to enter a true dungeon in this entire campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first dungeon? Oh God. Shit, you're right.
Like, there hasn't been a true dungeon. And the closest thing we've had to
Next
a
thing
dragon is Spike.
The hell kind of D&D adventurers are we? We haven't entered a dungeon yet. Oh God.
You were saying something, Andrew?
Oh, I was just jokingly saying, what the hell kind of D&D
And
players are
Drew.
we? Oh, sorry. Our names are too similar.
Andrew? Andrew? Did we lose Andrew?
We might have. Sparky.
My internet cut out and I couldn't hear a single thing that happened for like the past minute.
Okay, I believe you said something and then either trailed off or cut off.
Probably both.
So, what was that?
Like I said, next thing we just need is a dragon.